So last week, 2012 Republican Party presidential nominee and loser Mitt Romney announced that he'd be running for the United States Senate in the state of Utah. Now, he already obtained the endorsement of President Donald Trump, even though he called Donald Trump a phony, literally, when Donald Trump was running. But nonetheless, Mitt Romney got the endorsement. But besides Donald Trump, it seemed like most Americans didn't seem to care or give a shit at all about Mitt Romney running, and it's because we don't give a shit. Nobody cares. We don't like you, Mitt Romney. We rejected you in 2012. Go away. But unfortunately, if you lose a presidential election, you just can't take a hint that Americans aren't that into you. But, you know, there was something in Mitt Romney's announcement video that struck me, and honestly, it rubbed me the wrong way, so I couldn't not talk about it. So this in particular is something he said that I found interesting. Take a look.
Given all that America faces, we feel that this is the right time for me to serve our state and our country. I ask for your support and your vote, and I look forward to meeting you over the coming year. If you give me this opportunity, I will owe the Senate seat to no one but the people of Utah. No donor, no corporation will own my campaign or bias my vote. And let there be no question, I will fight for Utah.
So he says, quote, "No donor, no corporation will own my campaign or bias my vote, and let there be no question, I will fight for Utah." Is that so? Fox Business News reports GOP mega donors backing Mitt Romney for Senate amid possible move up the leadership ranks. They explain in an exclusive interview with Utah Governor Gary Herbert, Fox Business was told that Romney, the 2012 Republican presidential nominee, will likely receive the backing of mega donors not just within Utah but across the country as he gets ready to announce his candidacy. He'll have a lot of support from the wealthy people that he knows from when he ran for president. The people on the same list of donors that he had before for 2012, including those from Utah, is a very good place for him to raise money, Herbert, a close friend and ally of Romney's, said. Now, this article was published before he announced that he'd be running for the United States Senate. But basically what his friend and ally is saying here is that he's probably going to have the same list of donors as he had in 2012, which that's a lot because he ran for president. He raised nearly $500 million, so that's a lot of money potentially that he could tap into. So if you don't remember who Mitt Romney's 2012 donors were, allow me to refresh your memory. His top donors include Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, UBS AG, Blackstone Group, General Electric, Bain Capital, among others. And again, in the 2012 election cycle alone, he raised nearly $500 million. He has a personal net worth of more than $200 million, but yet he had the nerve to claim this with a straight face.
No donor, no corporation will own my campaign or bias my vote.
So he's pretending to be a right-wing populist, but let me remind Republican voters, what happened the last time when you voted for someone on the right who you thought was a populist? You got Donald Trump, and he turned out to be one of the biggest establishment stooges ever. So there's no such thing as a right-wing populist. It's an oxymoron. And I've got news for everyone in Utah. Mitt Romney is obviously not looking out for you. The fact that I have to say that is absurd to me. He literally changed his Twitter location from Massachusetts to Utah once Orrin Hatch announced his retirement. So he's nothing more than an opportunist. So if you plan on voting for Mitt Romney, you're voting for the Republican equivalent of Hillary Clinton, who's an even bigger sellout than Hillary Clinton, who's even more detached than Hillary Clinton. And that's difficult to achieve. So I don't know if Mitt Romney is going to be elected, but let's all hope for the sake of the country that America rejects him once again, and well, really, that people from Utah reject him, but they voted for him in 2012, so he may actually have a shot. But I think that Mitt Romney should do us all a favor and just retire. This segment of the Humanist Report was brought to you by 7coffeeroasters.com. They're a minority-owned small business in Seattle, and they specialize in roasting unique and delicious coffee that's not actually roasted until you've placed your order. And the best part is that they actually ship out all orders within 24 hours, so you get your coffee and it still tastes fresh when it arrives. And to boot, they're also a progressive company that pays their workers a living wage and actually cares about the country. So to support them and experience the deliciousness of their coffee, you can check out 7coffeeroasters.com.